In Vivekachudamani, Shankaracharya says in the 81st verse, Vishama Vishaya Margaihi Gacchato Anacha Buddhehe Pratipadam Abhiyato Mrityurapyesha Vidhi Hitasujana Guruktya Gachatah Swasya Yuktya Prabhavati Falasiddhihi Satyamityeva Vidhi. Shankaracharya says that this Vishaya Marga, or the path of running after sense objects or sense enjoyments, is Vishama. Vishama Vishaya Marga. The path of sense pleasure or the ways of sense pleasure is Vishama. It is miserable, dreadful, full of difficulties. Why is it so? Because happiness constantly eludes us. When we try to seek happiness from sense objects or sense experiences, it tries to elude us. So certain things simply don't exist. For example, happy marriage. Now it may exist, but comparatively very rare. A person who has only money, no worry, does not exist. If there is money, then there will be worry. If there is no money, there will be worry. If there is more money, there will be worry. So money always comes with worry. So Vishaya is always Vishama. It is always difficult, miserable. Without misery, there cannot be any sense enjoyments. If you want to eat, you cannot eat as much as you want, because there is a capacity of not only your stomach but also of your tongue. If a person is fed lot of sweet, after some point that person cannot take more sweet. Not because that person's belly is full, but because that person is not comfortable eating sweet. That person cannot take and will vomit. So even in the olden days, particularly with Mughal rulers, we know that they used to eat many kilograms of meat. Say 50 kilograms of meat they used to eat. How they will eat? It is impossible for a person to store 50 kilograms of meat. What they will do is, huge trays of meat will go and they will eat some and vomit, and then eat, vomit. So that is what all these Mughal emperors used to do. So they used to eat and again they will vomit. And for vomiting also there used to be some kind of medicine or some herb, and they used to put it and then vomit and again eat. Even then they couldn't satisfy their senses. So there used to be this harem, and there used to be, wherever they will go, they will bring 5-6 queens, and then they don't even know the name, etc. So like there will be 1,000, it is all the history, 1,000 people will be there. They don't even know who is who, but they will enjoy. Even with that kind of enjoyment, they could not fulfill their senses. And what happened? They became, their health, they were all of a different physique, different physical constitution, but still they fell ill. Some person poisoned, some person killed. So if you read the history of Mughal dynasty in India, it is all about cheating, killing, betrayal, etc. Father is killing son, son is killing father, father is killing son, and all that kind of things are happening in the Mughal dynasty. That is history. So what does it teach us? It teaches that the path to enjoyment, even by people who have money, even by people who have means, generally we think that, oh, I am not able to enjoy because I don't have it. If I had the resources, I would have enjoyed. But is it true? It is not true. It is not true. You have so many resources, you may have so much of wealth, but still you would not be able to enjoy. Because enjoyment is something which is in the mind. And mind, as it is told in the Upanishad, mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. Mind is the cause for bondage or liberation of men or human beings. So it is all in the mind. So if you are satisfied with ordinary food and ordinary clothing and shelter, then your mind will be happy. But if a person who is constantly used to, or every time used to only ordinary food and ordinary clothing and shelter, take that person and put that person in a 5-star hotel, that person will be totally uncomfortable. That person will not know how to use even the what you call that shower or the bathroom thing. मतलब किसको खोलने से क्या निकल के आएगा? You open this and from above water will come. It will all be a big pandemonium. So that person cannot handle it because that person is comfortable in having some dal roti and some coarse bedding, etc. Similarly, vice versa. A person who is always in comfort, take the person out and just ask the person to walk little, say from here to guest house, and that's all. The person becomes uncomfortable. So it is all there in the mind. We all have the same body, physically, that is, biologically. We all have the same brain, etc. But why is it that some people are comfortable with certain things and some others are not? Because of the body. So all these Vishaya Vastu Bhoga, all the sense enjoyments or sense experiences are Vishama. It is not possible to enjoy sensory experiences or have enjoyment of sense objects without getting any suffering. It is simply not possible. So suffering will come. And so Shankaracharya says that if a person follows this Vishama Vishaya Margaihi Gachatah, a person who follows this path, this miserable path of Vishama path, miserable path of Vishaya, of sense enjoyments, if a person follows, and who is such a person? Anacha Buddhehe, a person whose buddhi is anacha. Acha means clear. Acha means clear, simple, clear. And anacha means confused, unclear, turbulent, confused. Just like the state of mind of Arjuna in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Confused. So a person who wants to enjoy sense objects, whose main goal is to enjoy sense objects, does not have any higher ambition in life, how that person is always confused. Why is that person confused? Because that person wants to enjoy everything, so that person is confused. Now what to do? A person who is satisfied, that person goes to a shopping mall and goes to that particular shop where that particular object which he or she wants to purchase is available, goes there, gets a good price, purchases and comes back. But a person who has no such thing of satisfaction, who is not at all satisfied, goes to a particular shop, sees some particular thing, says show another model, can you have this facility in this model, and no, this facility in that model, and it goes on and on and on and on and searches. People, when they go to some place, they book tickets. So there are various kinds of people. Some people are so busy they don't have time to book tickets, so they just give it to their travel agent, and many times the travel agent books it in such a way that it will be 20% costlier than if the person himself had booked it online. But anyway, that is how they don't have time, so they do it. Okay. There are some other people who have nothing else to do. So 3 days they will be booking the ticket. Oh, I will go from here. No, this airlines is so, no, this is costlier. This is this thing. There it is not. The duration is more. And now internet, thanks to internet, you have got so many options. All the more confusion. And that person goes on and on and on and on, checking what to do. And finally, after 3 days, will do what he or she had seen in the first day. That is how our psychology works. The first thing you see that is imprinted on your mind, and your mind or your body will invariably, unknowingly do that. But in the meantime, in the middle, you have the satisfaction that हमने सब कुछ देख लिया, बहुत ये किया और वही अच्छा है. So why does that happen? Because you want to enjoy. You want to get the best. You are not satisfied with anything less than that. So there is confusion. Anaccha buddhehi. There is confusion. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to get enjoyment from everywhere. So there is confusion. And because of confusion, already the path of sense enjoyment is a Vishama path. All people, what do they say? Maharaj, you are all sannyasis, what will you know about worldly life? You are all very happy. As though these people have always stayed in the ashrama. But they will say, you are all very happy. So what do you know about worldly life? In house, how much struggle do we have? Morning, we have to fight. Evening, we have to fight. Then in office, we have to fight. So much of struggle. So who told you? Who asked you to struggle? Nobody asked you to struggle. You are struggling. Why? Because you want to achieve something. Why are you quarreling? Because you want to achieve ego satisfaction. Because you want to achieve sense enjoyments. Because you want to achieve happiness every time. And so, ironically, because you want to be happy, you are always miserable. You want to be happy and you are always miserable. That's what happens. So that Vishama Marga, already that path is Vishama, that is miserable. But such people who are going on that path, they are also unclear. They are also not decided. So if you just tell somebody, okay, don't worry, you just do this, they will not do. Why? Because they are having doubt. Oh, this person has told, but will it be correct? What does this person know? What is his qualification? How can he say? So immediately they will ask another person. The other person also told. Oh, third person they will ask. And finally they will end up doing something wrong because they think it is correct. So, anaccha buddhi, a mind which is unclear, which is confused, deluded. And by doing that, what happens? Pratipadam abhiyato mrityuhu. By doing that, this person is constantly at every step, pratipadam, at every step, mrityuhu abhiyata hai. Encounters, is faced with death. Is faced with death. Why? Why so? Because even if the person is trying to enjoy the sense objects, even if the person is trying to go on the path of sensory enjoyments, then what happens? Because the person is trying to go on the path of sensory enjoyments, one is encountered with death. So you want to eat more, eat. You will be blessed with triglycerides. You want to have a sedentary lifestyle, have it. You will be blessed with diabetes. So even when you follow a path of sensory enjoyments, you will get all these kinds of death, slow poison or fast death also. If a person, youngster, that person, what do they want? They always want some kind of kick out of life, you see. And they end up being kicked out of life. So, kick out of life, the need for kick out of life leads to being kicked out of life. What happens? These youngsters, you can see them everywhere. They have some motorbike invariably and they take off the silencer. Why? Because that gives more thrust to the motorbike. So there is more pickup. So they take out the silencer and but they will go, and two people will be in cities like Delhi, Kolkata. You can see this all the time. And two people will be sitting and they will go like that. They will go. That road will be 6-lane road, but they will ensure that every inch is covered by their motorbike, and they will go like that. And they are not going. Actually, they are not going traveling horizontally, but vertically. They are not going from one point to A to B on a horizontal scale, but they are going from here to Swarga or Naraka, depending on whatever they have done. So they are simply going like that. And people put so many regulations, traffic, etc. What happens? Nothing happens. So that person wants to get the thrill out of life. And this is what they get. They get death. Or worse still, they go and break their hand or something, And that is the problem. And more than them, they give heart attacks to people who are seeing this. Suppose somebody is walking or traveling on the road, that fellow will see this and will be in difficult state. So even physically, that person is getting death. That person is getting death. This is at the physical level. Emotional level, you are expecting that there should be some kind of windfall in your life. There should be something great happening in the life. So this joke is there that a person got a lottery ticket about 10 crores and the person was suffering from a weak heart. So the son came to know. He said to the doctor, sir आप उनको बताइए वरना मेरे पिताजी का जो हार्ट है वो तो बहुत कमजोर है, वो सुनकर उनकी हार्ट अटैक हो जाएगी. So the doctor said yes I will. The doctor went to the person and said, अच्छा मान लीजिए आपको अगर एक वो लॉटरी मिला, आपकी एक लॉटरी निकली, हाँ तो कितने की, तो 10 करोड़ मान लीजिए. ऐसा मैं ऐसे अगर मान लीजिए तो आप क्या करेंगे? बोले मैं क्या करूंगा डॉक्टर, आपने मेरे जीवन को कितने बार बचाया है, तो आधा तो मैं आपको दूंगा. So the next thing you know is doctor is out with a heart attack. So that's what, when we expect something and if we get that, or if we don't expect something we get that, unexpected, both some happiness or misery. People go into trauma, people go into shock, people go into denial, and so many things happen. So, and when something good happens also, they cannot take that. So emotionally also there is a setback. So prati padam, at every step there is death. Even if you want to go on a path of sense enjoyment, even then there is death. Mentally there is death, physically there is death. And you are always walking on a very difficult path, because to get something in this world, invariably you will have to do something against somebody else. It is always a cutthroat competition, as they say. So you are snatching something that belongs to others, and that is why this idea of aparigraha. Aparigraha means I am content with what belongs to me. I don't want to have something which belongs to pari, others, and I don't want to hold on to that. So parigraha I will not do, aparigraha. So if a person is going on the path of sense enjoyments, that person is actually pratipadam. At every step that person is suffering. So this is told of spiritual life also. But in spiritual life, the path is dangerous. Path is difficult, not dangerous. Path is difficult. But in worldly life, the path may apparently appear to be easy, but it is dangerous. At every step, there is the danger of falling, both physically, morally and emotionally. And so mrityu api esha vidhi. You know that mrityu overpowers that person, that anacha buddhe, a stupid person whose mind is not clear. That person is overpowered by buddhi. Guru says to the disciple that no, mrityu api esha vidhi. And hita, so what should that person do? That person should hita sujana guruktya gachatah swasya yuktya. That person should listen to hita sujana guru uktya. A person who follows the ukti or the statement or the teaching of hita sujana, a person who is a well-wisher, who wants your good. So a person who is a well-wisher may not speak always well of you. There is a good well-wisher means he or she wants good. So they may not, whatever they speak may not be good to your ears. It may not be something which is pleasing to your ears, but they are speaking. So that is why what was told in the old Hindi thing, Nindak need rakhiye, that keep a critic with you always. Why? Because the critic will ensure, who wants your good, who wants your welfare, will ensure that you do not do anything wrong. You do not deviate from your path, whatever path you have chosen. So hita, that kind of a person who wants your good. What do? We don't want to hear to that person. We don't want to hear to this person. It's called the counter perspective, the counterpoint. We don't want to hear to that. Why? Because we don't like anybody talking against what we think. So we just want to hear to people who tell that, yes, whatever you are telling is so nice. So in Tamil, there is a proverb, not proverb, a kind of saying, that there is this boss or the leader or somebody, and the person is saying that, you see, there is a white crow which is flying. So white crows generally are known to be non-existent, but some people say that there is actually something called white crow. I don't know about that. Any biologist may be able to tell. But white crow. So white crow, generally crows are black. So white crow is flying. And this fellow will say, employee, yes sir, it is flying upside down. So means this corroborating the boss statement and also adding some more masala to it. Sir, yes sir, and it is flying upside down. How wonderful, how nice. So this is what we all want, what is called as this chamcha, sycophants. We want them. We want to be surrounded by them. Everybody says, whatever you are doing is nice, your nose is so beautiful, you are so nice, etc. Then people like that. And hita sujana, people who are well-wishers, they will tell what is good for you. They will not tell what appears good to you. And why will they do that? Because they are sujana. They are good people. They are sajjana. They are well-mannered people, not only well-mannered, but they are people who have a good character. Who sajjana we say. What does it mean? Sat plus jana. Sat means what? Truth. That which exists always. Satchit Ananda. So truth. So people who have established themselves in truthfulness, they are called sajjana. But what does that word come to mean in generally in Hindi, etc.? Sajjana means a person who is gentleman or gentlewoman. No, that doesn't mean that. It means a person who is established in truth, or a person who always follows truth. So that sujana, hita sujana, a person who wants to always follow truth, and also one's guru, one's teacher, whatever they say according to their instructions, a person who goes gachatah, a person who, so earlier it is told that vishama vishaya margai gachatah anaccha buddhehe, a person who is of unclear mind and who treads the path of vishama vishaya margai, path of sense enjoyments, gachatah. And this is a different kind of person who follows the path of whatever has been told by the teacher, or whatever has been prescribed or told by people who are well-wishers. In an old Tamil song it is told, what? Kaal pona pokile manam pogalama. So wherever your legs go, should your mind go in that direction? The idea is, wherever your kan pona pokile manam pogalama, whatever, I forgot the lines. So that wherever your eyes go, should your legs also go, or your mind also go? Manam pona pokile kal pogalama. Wherever your mind goes, should your legs also go? That is, your mind is wavering, turbulent, so it keeps on going here and there. But should you do that? Should you actually do that? Or you should follow some restraint. You should have some restraint. That is the idea. So here it is told that people who are anaccha buddhehe, of unclear mind, they will follow the turbulent path or the miserable path of sense enjoyments, and they will always be faced with death. But there is another meaning to that. What is that other meaning? Not only that they are faced with death physically and emotionally, but they are also faced with death spiritually. A person who thinks oneself as body and mind is dying. And it is told in the Upanishad, Atma Hano Janaha. These people are how? What kind of people? They are people like who commit suicide. Who commit suicide. Because you are not trying to find out your true personality, you are committing suicide. So that way also you die. So you die physically, you die emotionally, you also die spiritually. But people who follow the instructions of well-wishers, good people, people who are established in truth, and all these people, whatever they say, that is followed by these people. They also use their own brain, intellect, reason. Swasya yuktya, using their own reason, they prabhavati phalasiddhihi, they get phalasiddhi, they get the result, they get the result. Sri Ramakrishna says that the goal of human life is to realize God. Ishwar Labh, to realize God. What is realizing God? To arrive at a doubt-free understanding of yourself. To arrive at a doubt-free understanding of yourself is realization of God or Brahman or whatever. Now that will happen if you follow properly what is being told by your well-wishers or people who are established in truth or by Guru. And Phala Siddhihi Prabhavati. This you will definitely get Siddhi. You will definitely get realization. Swami Brahmananda ji says, you follow this for 4 years, and if you don't get that, come and slap me. Says, come and slap me. So how can he say that? Because he is confident. He knows that it will happen. Holy Mother says that everyone comes to me and says that I am suffering, I am suffering, I am suffering. Holy Mother says, let people get up at 3:30 in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning and sit and meditate or tell japa. Let them do and let me see how they suffer. They will not suffer. So that is the guarantee, and that is what is being emphasized again, repeatedly told again. It is being told, Satyamiti eva vidhi. Know that this is true. This is true. If you do that, you will get the result. So, like people who appear in competitive examinations, they go to some coaching center and they say that if you come to us and if you practice so many mock tests, if you properly score, you will clear the competitive exam. Because they have done it and they have a method to do it and they are confident that yes, you will be able to do. Similarly in spiritual life also, it is a path, and if you follow it, you will attain the ultimate reality. And that is what is being told here by the Guru to the disciple. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.